Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey, hey. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Hey, little goo. Little puppies. Anyway, guys, today I just decided to hop on the bicycle and start riding it around a little. And I saw this place, so I decided to go ahead and stop and just see what the temple is all about. And yeah, no real plans today, just kind of riding around and exploring. So, and this was just along the way. I was heading up north. There's some hiking trails I wasn't planning on actually going to. Just I wanted to go see what the area was like, and later on I'd actually explore it. But right now there's, it's a little late in the evening and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of doing a light explore today, and I'm not going to really have much material. I mean, I don't think. Honestly, life can throw me a curveball, and I mean, life does throw me curveballs very often, and I end up finding something really nice to film or something. But really, it's just about, taking a cruise and going, hey, I wonder what's over here. That looks cool, or something like that. And all of a sudden, like a hidden gem opens up. And there's a little graveyard here too. A Chinese graveyard I want to kind of go check out. I noticed as I was pulling into here. Like I said, I didn't plan any of this out. I'm just out on a bicycle ride. So that's what we're doing. Well, it looks like going out exploring, I found a gem, a hidden gem, unmarked or unlabeled Chinese graveyard here with a nice view. See if we get a nice 360. So if you know where the temple is, since it's the graveyard doesn't have the name, the temple I was just filming is right there. This is the road that actually leads up to a very nice viewpoint. And you can see the 188 in the distance there, kind of behind the tree, but not really. There it is. So So you got the 188. And a beautiful view. So that was worth that was worth the trip. Like I said, these things are awesome. When one, I like graveyards because they just have a peaceful feel to them, daytime or night. I don't get spooked out in graveyards. I might get more spooked out of the who dat deers and all the different types of ghosts and stuff like that. That mentality, we all get spooked out once in a while. Not at graveyards for me. You know, maybe out in the woods or something. I just don't get spooked out at graveyards. I've always found them to be peaceful and a good way to escape the mundane busyness of a city. There's usually a graveyard you can dip into and just kind of sit and relax and enjoy the quietness. So yeah, I don't get too spooked out of the things I don't know, you know, at graveyards. No, all by myself out in the woods, definitely sometimes I could. But I'm always up for a challenge to go check out a haunted area. Anyway guys, yeah, this is just a nice viewpoint. If you guys are in the location and you know where this spot is, it's worth coming up and seeing. I think there's a groundskeeper that's located right here. That's his driveway, goes in. I'm assuming he's the groundskeeper. So, back on the bicycle, guys. And I'm gonna do a little more exploring before evening. I'll give you a time check. It's 4:20, so I'm not gonna do much more exploring, and I'm gonna try and keep this short. Well, here I am, back up on top of the hill again. Yes, I did leave. Actually, I went down the hill, heading down in this direction that you see this car going down. And it meets down there with another road going up that way, which takes you to the top of the ridge, very kind of steep hill. And once I got up there, I realized the rubber, you know, the silicone stand that I bought was connected to the bottom of this part, which is connected to the bottom of my camera that I am presently holding. Otherwise, I'd show you. And when I reached down, I was like, oh, that doesn't have the base on it anymore, the silicone base. So I had to walk back down. I was thinking about leaving my bicycle, but I was like, I don't want to leave my bicycle on top of the hill over there. So I walked down and back up the hill up this way to look for it, checking the road alongside the road the whole way down and back up. And this was the last spot I was hoping it would be, because past this point, then I have no clue where it'd be. This was the last spot I've actually brought the camera out. So this is the last spot I was pulling it out and putting it back into my pocket. And so it should have been somewhere around here on the ground. I just don't see it. So yeah, you remember this is the last thing I was really filming. So it's a beautiful spot, but I lost a piece I actually kind of really enjoyed. You know, I really enjoy now that I figured out how to actually open it without struggling too hard. You just got to push really hard on the sides to make it unclip. Yeah, as I throw it and break it. And that rubber piece. And yeah, I just don't see the rubber piece anywhere. So that was like the last hope, was this top of the hill. And I mean, I can just, since it's still in the same town, I could go buy another one. But the fact is now I have to be mindful that the fact that, you know, if that rubber part's still on the camera as I stick it in my pocket, because it sticks out of my pocket a little ways, that rubber part can get knocked off, basically pulling off. So yeah, it's gonna, through time too, it's gonna start to get used, worn in more and more, and the fit's not gonna be as tight. So I have to expect that that's gonna happen with that part. So if I rebuy it, which is about 40 ringgit, $10, then I'm gonna have to expect that eventually I'm gonna lose it again. So it doesn't have clips like the other stand does, you know, like You see, I still have it on me. But it is, let's see if I got the other one on me somewhere here. I do, it's just got garbage everywhere in here. But yeah, maybe I don't. But the other one has clips. You know, it goes in and basically it's got clips like this. You know, where basically, but those clips you push on the side and they open. So anyway, yeah, so I was hoping I'd find it again. I didn't. So there's a lost piece. And I'm contemplating about buying it again, but who knows, if I buy it again, then I'll probably just lose it again. All right, guys. I'm not sure if I want to take the trip back up to the ridge top up there. I don't know, I might. I'm already out here, 6 kilometers out here. Might as well go ahead and climb the hill again. All right, well, that's that. So this is the second time up the hill with no shoulder. And that's where at the top of the hill there, that's where I was discovered I'm missing the silicon base and back down and up the graveyard road. So I'm not going to turn around. I'm going to go ahead and do the loop and then back, because the trails I actually want to go to eventually are off in this direction. So you go up to the top of this, it goes around this way and then straight, and then takes me out into that area. So I'm not going to turn back yet. And time-wise, it's 5 o'clock, so I still got a ways. While I still got about 2 hours, a little more. Top of the hill at the Kampong Bukit Bay route. This is the one I wanted to take. And I'll be heading down that way. And that turns like a 90-degree angle this way, and then I ride it out a ways. And then I'll be doing a switchback and coming back along the outer border. The outer border of the jungly, traily spot to go. The trail's where I want to head to, but like I said, it's too late in the evening. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the river, but since it was like not a long time in the day left, I decided, well, at least I'll go out and do the outskirts and see what the area is like. So that was the whole plan. I wasn't planning on actually doing the hiking today, so I'm going to move forward and see what this route's like. Okay. That was scary. my one brake didn't want to keep fully stop me on that one, so down foot came the foot. It worked. I didn't get hit. Makes me double think about not having a helmet on. Hey guys, trying to give you an idea where I'm actually trying to get back to. So I just made that little overpass or whatever down to the main street here, which is, looking on Google Maps, this is the 231. And instead of taking the 231 back to like my hostel area, there's a road that you get to right next to the Shell station right here on the corner, which these people are taking right here. And it'll take you back into this area. This is actually the hiking area, all back through there. So I'll actually be on the outskirts of it. There looks like there's a temple, and then everything behind the temple is the hiking area. So like, I can kind of show you satellite view here. So I'm that blue dot, and you see everything up in that area, right up there. That's the hiking area. You can see the little hiking man and all that stuff. So I'm actually just planning on going along the outskirts here on the way back, just to kind of see what the general idea with what type of terrain I'll be actually going into. It's a little too late in the day to start it now, but you know, I needed something to do for the drive, so I'm out here just, so the road actually, which I'll be taking, give me one second. Okay, for the ones that want to try and keep track of where I'm going here, looks like the road I'll be hitting is Lorong IM81, and then after a few bends, it turns down into the Jalan Sakaila. Yeah, Sakaila 1, and that, I think it just remains that for a while. Yeah, it looks like it just remains the same name for a while. And that should take me on the outskirts of this big green area. I mean, not into it, but at least along the outskirts so I can look up into it. And yeah, just see what kind of a terrain I can expect. If it's going to be too hard or... I mean, it really doesn't really look that high from here, but I'll never be able to tell until I get over there. So off and running, guys. I'm gonna take my bike ride now, finally. Well, it seems to be a lot of traffic and not a whole lot of a shoulder here, so that's one of the downfalls to this side of the ride. I got a car right behind me right now. So off in that way. Of course I wouldn't go that way because I had to go look for the trailhead. And but that whole area is the hiking area back there. It's all new development. Hey. Looks like. So this area is still getting built up. And but yeah, it's right up against this beautiful area back here. Yeah, it looks like it could be some really nice hiking. I can see the rock formations and stuff peeking out from behind the trees. Yeah, you can see that the nice looking rock formations kind of just poking its head out. So it might be a little bit of a climb. Anyway, it's a challenge. So although Google Maps does not give you information really on the trailheads and stuff like that, Organic Map always does. So like if I turn left right up here, right there, then it'll actually take me back to Google Maps. I mean, Organics has it listed as an information board for the trail, and all those dotted lines are the trails. Which, when you compare it to something like Google Maps, you know, it's Google Maps really doesn't have anything except for that it's listed that there's a hiking area. So sometimes you might be able to find the entrance to it, but Organic Maps is just a better one for like trying to find trails. It is one of the layers though. It only has 3 layers. So you'll have to pull up the layers and put in, I think it's Subway. Subway trails, they call it outdoor. And there's one other, I can't remember what it is. So just make sure you click on the outdoor layer, and it'll show you all the trails and stuff like that. And it's a free one. It uses the open map source information, so it's constantly improving with the help of volunteers, people that are actually putting in the information. So if you don't know about Organic Maps, it's pretty awesome, guys. And I'm going to take this road and get there, see what the information board's like. Hello, how you guys doing? Good, good. Okay, let's see if I'm going the right direction here. Yes, right up here. Hang on, let me get a... You guys know what street I'm on? So I'm on this street. Fun. It has brush piled up. I'm assuming that means they don't want people up here anymore. See what the signs say. Yeah, it looks like this trail might be closed now. Especially how they pile up the brush like that. We'll have to find a... Who don't do that? We'll have to find a different wet location to get in. Looks like they don't want people to use this anymore. I'm gonna run the sign through the translator and see what it says. All right, going over the basically how overgrown this is, like where it doesn't look like a lot of people have been hiking on it. And this sign right here just flat out states no trespassing. Up to a 50,000 ringgit fine and 5 years imprisonment. And looking back at not Google Maps, back at the organic maps, this one is a white dotted line, not a brown dotted line. So this one seems like jogging and walking and stuff like that was permitted at one time. But that one right up there just flat out says no trespassing. So, you know, so I'm assuming that it was a trail at one time that you could use and access the brown trails like right up there. But they cut off that access now. They don't want people entering this way. But that doesn't stop me from going right down the street here, which is just a little ways down this way. And there's another access point with a parking lot. So like a legit access point. So I'm probably sure that they just don't want anybody using this anymore. I don't know what that, it said something about, well, anyway, I'll try and put in some screenshots of the, what Google translated it as, but yeah, so I just don't think they want people entering there, so I'm going to go check out the other area. So here's the parking lot of the other area. That red sign right over there, I think, is indicative of being the way in, the trail in. I think this is the way into trails. What's up, guys? What's up, brothers? You too, brother. But yeah, I think there's a trailway in this way. This also looks overgrown, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to get too far back in here and get lost like I did last time. So I don't know. Honestly, it just comes back here and ends. It says it continues on this way, so I'm gonna go back here and see while I'm here, because I might have to look for a different trailhead. So they're claiming this is the trailhead back somewhere. That seems, is this it? So you guys know I'm not crazy here. Well, I mean, I think this might be it. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, maybe. Just a chair sitting there all by itself. Kind of spooky, huh? Just a chair with no one in it. So this is, they're saying this is the trail. If you look here, it says, let's see if that focus in. It says basically I'm on the trail. So yeah, I don't know. It's like it's way overgrown, whatever it might be. So maybe I'll find a different access in. There's water hoses coming out. So yeah, I'm just gonna look for a different access. I mean, I don't really feel like beating through the bush, although it could open up into a better trail. There has to be one legitimate trail, you know, sorry, stuck in the zoom. There's gotta be one legitimate trailhead that I can actually get on. I just have to look for it. So kind of good thing I'm doing it now. A little abandoned structure back here. Still got a good roof though. So who knows? And water reserves. All right, guys. Well, this looks like a dead end. It looks like someone's garden at one time, or still is. Yeah, next spot's next, I guess. So between the two apps, Google Maps and Organic Maps, I tried 3 locations that Organic Maps has where the road actually links up with the trail. And just 3 strikes, you're out type thing. It's just trying to send me through, like, well, you saw the dead end, or through someone's backyard or something like that. And I'm not saying that through the backyard isn't the direct route, but honestly, I don't think it is. So I tried Google Maps, it has this listed as Sakaila waterfall, but no distinguishable way to get into it. So even when you put in the walking directions to get to the trailhead, so this is Sakaila Waterhead Trailhead, they want me to go through this way. And you know, honestly, I don't think this is it. I don't think going through someone's backyard is the way into the trailhead. So yeah, but even then, it's just giving me a rough guesstimate. It's telling me to go through that way and then just wander off into the wilderness this way. And then you try and do something like organic maps, and I went to that location, I went to that location, and I went to this location, which you saw what it is. It's almost something to just go through that location, regardless if it says no trespassing. The only other spot I need to try is here. It's getting a little too far into the evening. I had to come all the way down and around. And I'm pretty sure maybe there's a way through. It looks like probably a graveyard or something, back up and around to come all the way back to something that could just be another dead end. So what do? And then that'll leave all the connection points on this side. I don't know what that is down there. I guess I could try down here. Anyway, I'm just having no luck of actually trying to find an opening that goes back into the wilderness. So, and it is listed as hiking trails, you know, hiking area. So it's got to be, if it's listed as a hiking area, there's got to be somewhere that's a trailhead. But I don't think a trailhead is in someone's backyard. Like that's where, so who knows? There's got to be somewhere. I'm overlooking it. Like I said, it's just not well listed. It's not well, you know, where it's actually located at. So I'm glad I came out a little like today just to do some scouting and stuff. Tomorrow's going to be the beach, and that's pretty easy to find. Just head towards the water, and yeah. So this will have to wait, but it is a nice looking jungle. Hello again. Well, it's like the third time I've seen those kids just riding around on a scooter, having a good old time. And is that a dead end? We'll go find out. Probably is, but that's all right. We're just exploring. Yeah, it looks like a dead end down here. Just turn around. Okay, knowing me, I changed my mind. I want to go. It's only, hey, how you doing? Good. Beautiful cemetery. I punched it up, and it was only a little over like about a kilometer, 0.7 or something, or a kilometer and a half from me. And I'm already way out on this side. And I noticed one of the areas said it's the starting trail Buquet. So I obviously overlooked the name, or now that I'm searching for trailheads, that Google Maps decided, oh, okay, you want trailheads, here's where the trailheads are. But it's like it doesn't bring up that information unless it thinks you're interested in it. So yeah, it just came up, and yeah, I'm almost positive this will be the one. So since I'm so close to it, you know, and I got time. I got about 45 minutes before sunset, and I got a light for my front, so yeah. So I'm gonna get over there just to, you know, just to assure myself that it is the one. But I'm almost positive it is, so. So this looks like the right area. Behind the buildings here, tucked in a little alley, right before you get to a graveyard right there. go up and through the alley here. And I already ran this a little bit. I'm coming back just so you guys can see if you were able to take that all in so quickly. So yeah, tucked behind these buildings. And this definitely looks like it's coming back to a beginning of a trail area. So I just want to film what it was like to get into back here. Okay, is this it? I'm assuming there's probably a different way in too, since this looks like a fairly main road here with the houses and everything. But, hang on a second. Take that out, so if my bike does fall over. This looks like the trailhead. And that's what the maps are saying. It says, yeah, here you guys go. All right. Looks like you could probably, if you drive up here, you could have plenty of spots to park. And yeah, this is a well-traveled trail here. Ah, this looks so cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is the trail. Oh man, they don't allow you to litter. No. And wow. I think there was a butterfly that just went by. The size of a bat though. Wow, that's cool. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. That tree is just twisted. Has a vine just twisted all around it. Yeah, this is gonna have to come for another day. But it looks like they mark it off very well with yeah, all the way up. I don't know what these signs say, so I'm gonna probably have to bust out the Google Translate as I go along. But yeah, so cool, guys. I found it. Hang on, I'm really good at zooming up my nose. So I found it. It took me a little bit, but that's all right. It gave me something to do today. Never a boring day. And yeah, it looks neat, man. So this is going to take me up into that jungle area that we've been outskirting, and we're going to have a good way to fill in part of the days when I need to. Like I said, I'm slowing my roll down a bit, but if I slow down my roll, I can still get cabin fever. So I need activities like this to keep me busy and to have something on to throw on YouTube, you know. It's a nice little location though. Because pretty sure you guys don't like watching me shop all the time. All right, back to the hostel. Ah, it smells so good around here. The smell of incense. Or that tree burning, but I smell incense too. Oh, wow. They're doing some work here. A nice little neighborhood back here. Like I said, I probably went through the back entrance again. I'm gonna stay on the back here. Oh, that hurt. Oh, at least I didn't wipe out. That was a bad pothole. I'm surprised I was able to stay up with one arm. Yeah, it's a nice area back there. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head back to the hostel and stuff like that. But I guess I don't have to take you guys along with me every time. So I can always just cut it here and say, look forward to this hike in the future here. I'm gonna come back and do this, but tomorrow I plan on doing, weather permitting, I plan on doing the 7 kilometers out to, I think it's about 7 kilometers out to the beach out there. I met a local guy actually. He's like, hey, I seen you on YouTube. So that was kind of cool, getting recognized like that. But I'm like, I'm not let's go cycling. I just like, no, I'm just joking. No, but it was nice actually getting recognized. So him and his buddies are cyclists around this area. And he gave me some recommendations when I'm up there. He's like, there's a trail that I can hike and stuff like that if I want to. So if I get up a little earlier than I usually do and head out before noon, then I should be good. I know I'll probably do the 10 o'clock. I can do the 10 o'clock live stream when I'm out there. I can leave before time. So anyway, these are all things I could or could not do. But for now, one thing I will do is I'll say good night, y'all. Peace out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.